6 things matter the most in the undergraduate experience. Learning matters, obviously. That's the fundamental purpose of undergraduate education, student learning.
It's not just book learning. It's just, it's not just learning particular amounts of content about a discipline, but it's learning about life. It's learning about oneself. It's developing identity. So there are lots and lots of forms of learning. And of course, depending on one's perspective at a college or university, they'll see learning in different ways. The student affairs colleagues will see learning as happening primarily out of class, very honestly. In fact, there's some research that indicates that maybe that's true. But faculty will think very specifically about their own course or set of courses and what it is they're trying to impart to students. And students themselves, what do they think they're learning? That's a whole different question that might be really interesting to investigate. But again, I think depending on one's perspective, learning can mean a lot of things, but it's learning. It's all about learning.
Of all the things that matter, what matters most is that to the extent possible that every consideration that we make in the course of our work at any institution for any institution is what might engender greater degrees of student learning and therefore success.
Relationships matter. These are humans working together, learning together, and research on student learning and the undergraduate experience is very clear that relationships are extremely powerful in student outcomes.
Transformative human relationships. That's what a great undergraduate education is all about. In my convocation address here to new students, I always talk to them about these tap-on-the-shoulder moments that they're going to experience in college, these moments of awakening, of discovering who they are and what their gifts are, and unlocking passions in their lives for subjects they might not have known anything about a short time ago. And that happens, those moments happen because of wonderful, deep human relationships between students and their peers, especially between students and faculty, but also between students and all manner of staff at the university too.
Expectations matter. What students expect, what we expect of them, what the institution expects of everybody shapes very much what comes out of this. Alignment matters a lot. Things need to be coherent. They need to be connected throughout the curriculum, between the curriculum and the co-curriculum, and across the institution. You don't want students to experience an incoherent institution. You want things to be lined up and clear and integrated. 5th, improvement matters. Students need to improve. They need to get better at their disciplinary skills, at writing, at other liberal education outcomes. And the institution needs to assess itself and get better at the undergraduate experience so we can help students. Leadership matters. None of this is possible without leaders at all different levels of an institution, from students to faculty to staff to presidents to boards of trustees, all of whom are working to enhance the undergraduate experience.
I think what is most important for colleges and universities that focus on that is they really get the benefits of having a degree of congruence between what their espoused mission is and their actual mission in practice. That is, by really focusing kind of strategically on a few things that make a big difference in terms of not only student but institutional success, they're adding value to both. So I think when we look at different kinds of institutions and what makes those educationally effective versus those that are struggling, they're very clear about their purposes. They're very clear about what matters in actualizing a connection between those purposes and practices and policies, and they stick with the knitting, so to speak. They don't wander off course.